Welcome back to Everyday English Desk. I'm Janet.
And I'm Sam.
Sam, I have a question.
That sounds serious.
It is kind of serious.
Okay, what is it?
Everyone is talking about the World Cup right now.
That makes sense. It's one of the biggest sports events in the world.
Right. But here's the problem. I don't really know soccer.
That is okay.
But if people are talking about the game in English, I want to understand them and maybe say something simple.
Perfect. That is exactly what we'll practice today.
So I do not need to become a soccer expert.
No, you do not need to become a soccer expert. You just need a few useful English phrases.
Good, because I am not ready for a full sports analysis show.
Me neither. Today is not about deep soccer strategy.
Good.
Today, we'll practice simple English you can use before the game, during the game, and after the game.
So if you are watching the World Cup with friends, coworkers, family, or people online, this lesson can help?
Exactly.
Well then, let's learn some World Cup English.
Let's start with one important note.
Soccer or football?
Exactly.
I knew this was coming.
In the United States, people usually say soccer.
But in many other countries, people say football.
Right. So if someone says, "Do you watch football?" they might mean soccer.
And if an American says football, they might mean American football.
Exactly.
So the word depends on the country.
Yes, but for this lesson, we may say both soccer and football.
Good to know.
Now, let's imagine this situation. You are with other people, and a World Cup game is about to start.
I already feel nervous.
Do not be nervous. You can start with something very simple.
What can I say?
You can ask, "Are you watching the game?"
Are you watching the game?
Good. This is simple and natural.
So I can say, are you watching the game tonight?
Exactly.
Are you watching the game tonight?
Nice. Another useful question is, who's playing?
Who's playing?
This means which teams are playing.
That is helpful if I don't know the teams.
Very helpful.
So I can say, who's playing today?
Yes. Who's playing today?
That sounds easy.
Another common question is, who are you rooting for?
Who are you rooting for?
This means which team do you want to win?
Oh, I like that phrase.
It is very common in sports conversations.
So if I ask, who are you rooting for, I'm asking which team they support.
Exactly.
Let's practice that.
Who are you rooting for?
Who are you rooting for?
You can answer, "I'm rooting for Brazil."
Or I'm rooting for Japan.
Or, "I'm rooting for the United States."
Or I'm not sure yet.
That is a good answer too.
Very honest.
You can also say, "I don't really follow soccer, but I'm watching the World Cup."
That one is for me.
Yes, that is your sentence.
I don't really follow soccer, but I'm watching the World Cup.
Perfect.
That sounds natural because I'm not pretending to know everything.
Exactly. You can be honest and still join the conversation.
That's actually kind of comforting.
Before the game, you may also hear people say, "This should be a good match."
This should be a good match.
A match means a game.
So match and game can both work?
Yes. In soccer or football, match is very common.
Good to know.
You can say, "This should be a good game," or "This should be a good match."
This should be a good match.
Nice.
What if I want to make a prediction?
You can say, "I think they're going to win,"
I think they're going to win.
or "I think it will be close."
I think it will be close.
That means you think both teams are good and the game will not be easy.
So if I do not know much, I think it will be close is a safe answer?
Very safe.
I like safe answers.
Let's do a short practice conversation before the game.
Okay.
Are you watching the game tonight?
Yes. Who's playing?
England and Japan.
Oh, nice. Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Japan.
I don't really follow soccer, but I'm watching the World Cup.
That's okay. This should be a good match.
That felt realistic.
And simple.
I could actually say that.
That is the goal.
Now, what about during the game?
During the game, people use short reactions.
Like yelling at the TV?
Sometimes, yes.
Good. I can do that in any language.
The most obvious word is goal.
Goal!
When a team scores, people shout goal.
That one is easy.
Very easy.
What if they almost score, but they don't?
Then you can say, that was close.
That was close.
This is very useful.
Because there are many almost goals.
Yes, many stressful almost goals.
Sports are just anxiety with snacks.
That is actually very accurate.
Thank you.
Another useful phrase is, what a save.
What a save!
You say this when the goalkeeper stops the ball.
The goalkeeper is the player who protects the goal, right?
Exactly.
So if the goalkeeper stops a difficult shot, I can say, what a save!
Yes.
What a save!
Nice.
What if the shot is really bad?
You could say, that was a bad shot.
That was a bad shot.
But be careful. If you're watching with a big fan, they may not like that.
Good point. Maybe I'll say it quietly.
Very wise.
What about the score?
Good question. You can ask, what's the score?
What's the score?
This means how many points does each team have?
In soccer, do people say points?
Usually people say goals, but the question, what's the score, is natural.
So someone might answer, it's 1-0.
Yes, or it's 2-1.
What if both teams have the same score?
You can say it's tied.
It's tied.
In many places, people may also say it's a draw.
It's a draw.
In American English, tied is very common. In football conversations around the world, draw is also very common.
So both are useful.
Exactly.
Let's practice.
What's the score?
It's tied.
What's the score?
It's a draw.
Good.
What if my team is winning?
You can say, we're winning,
We're winning.
or we're up by 1.
We're up by 1.
That means your team has one more goal than the other team.
And if my team is losing,
You can say, we're losing.
sadly,
Yes, sadly.
we're losing.
Or, we're down by 1.
We're down by 1.
That means your team has one less goal than the other team.
So up by 1 is good and down by 1 is bad,
Usually, yes.
unless you enjoy pain.
Some sports fans do.
True.
During the game, you may also hear people say they need to score.
They need to score.
This means the team needs a goal.
So if the game is almost over and my team is losing, I can say they need to score.
Exactly.
That sounds useful.
Very useful.
What about mistakes?
You might hear, that was a foul.
That was a foul.
A foul is when a player breaks the rules.
So if someone trips another player, people might say that was a foul.
Yes.
What if the referee does not call it?
People often say, the referee missed that.
The referee missed that.
The referee is the official who controls the game.
So if the referee does not see something, people say the referee missed that.
Exactly.
I feel like sports fans say that a lot,
They do, very often.
even when the referee is probably right.
Also, yes.
Good to know.
Let's practice some during the game reactions.
Okay.
Goal.
Goal.
That was close.
That was close.
What a save.
What a save.
What's the score?
What's the score?
It's tied.
It's tied.
They need to score.
They need to score.
That was a foul.
That was a foul.
The referee missed that.
The referee missed that.
Great.
I already feel more prepared.
Now let's talk about after the match.
After the match, people talk about who won and who lost.
Exactly.
The easiest question is who won?
Who won?
And someone can answer Brazil won.
Or Mexico won.
Or it was a draw.
Exactly. If nobody wins, you can say it was a draw.
That is useful.
Another great phrase is, what a game.
What a game.
You say this after an exciting match.
Could it be positive or negative?
Usually positive, but it mostly means the game was exciting.
So if the game was wild, I can say, what a game.
Yes.
What a game.
You can also say, that was a close game.
That was a close game.
This means both teams had a chance to win.
What if my team loses?
You can say, that was a tough loss.
That was a tough loss.
This means the loss feels painful or disappointing.
Sports fans need that phrase a lot.
Yes, unfortunately.
That was a tough loss.
good.
What if the team played well?
You can say, they played really well,
They played really well.
or they deserved to win.
They deserved to win.
That means you think they were the better team.
What if they lost, but they still played well?
You can say, they played well, but they lost.
Ouch.
Yes, but very common.
They played well, but they lost.
Nice.
What if I want to be hopeful?
You can say, maybe they'll win the next one.
Maybe they'll win the next one.
That is a very sports fan sentence.
Hope, pain, repeat.
Exactly.
Let's practice after the match phrases.
Who won?
Who won?
What a game.
What a game.
That was a close game.
That was a close game.
That was a tough loss.
That was a tough loss.
They played really well.
They played really well.
Maybe they'll win the next one.
Maybe they'll win the next one.
Excellent.
Now can we do a real conversation?
Yes, let's imagine we are watching a World Cup match together.
I'll be the person who does not know much about soccer.
And I'll be the person who knows a little.
A little?
Enough for this video.
Fair.
Here we go.
Are you watching the game?
Yes, it just started.
Who's playing?
Spain and Uruguay.
Nice. Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Uruguay.
I don't really follow soccer, but I'm watching the World Cup.
That's okay. This should be a good match.
What's the score?
It's 0-0.
Oh, that was close.
Yes, that was almost a goal.
What a save.
Exactly. The goalkeeper did a great job.
Wait, did they score?
Yes, goal.
What's the score now?
It's 1-0.
So they're winning.
Yes, they're up by 1.
The other team needs to score.
Right, they need to score soon.
Was that a foul?
I think so. The referee missed that.
I am already learning how to complain like a sports fan.
You are doing great.
The game is over. Who won?
Uruguay won.
What a game.
Yes, that was a close game.
The other team played well, but they lost.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll win the next one.
Perfect.
That felt like a real conversation.
It was, and you used many useful phrases.
I did not need complicated soccer vocabulary.
Right, you just needed simple English for the situation.
That is the whole point of this channel.
Exactly.
Can we recap the most useful phrases?
Of course.
Before the game, you can ask, are you watching the game?
Who's playing?
Who are you rooting for?
This should be a good match.
I don't really follow soccer, but I'm watching the World Cup.
During the game, you can say, goal.
That was close.
What a save.
What's the score?
It's tied.
It's a draw.
They need to score.
That was a foul.
The referee missed that.
After the game, you can say, who won?
What a game.
That was a close game.
That was a tough loss.
They played really well.
Maybe they'll win the next one.
And remember, you do not need to be a soccer expert to join the conversation.
You can start with simple phrases.
And if you do not know who to root for, just ask someone else.
Yes, sports fans love explaining why their team is the best.
Even when their team is losing?
Especially when their team is losing.
Good to know.
Now it's your turn to practice. In the comments, write this sentence. Who are you rooting for?
Or tell us which team you are watching in the World Cup.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like and subscribe for more everyday English conversations.
Thanks for watching Everyday English Desk. We'll see you next time.